Christian TV. We came today with a very wonderful show. We have visitors today in our studios. We have visitor here in the studio and another visitor in America at Oregon. So I would like you to go to Facebook. You like, you follow, and you comment, and also go to our YouTube. You subscribe Ezra Christian TV. You tag many people. Tell them that we came today to show you all, to educate you about cancer awareness. So my viewers, be there, and so that you can be educated a lot, and we know what to do in our lives and also about our health. You are welcome. We are going to start with my visitor here. You're going to introduce yourself. You tell us about your names, then we can go on. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Ezra TV, for hosting me. My name is Enditwanja Maina from Kencras Foundation, and we are here to let you get more information on how to just be aware of what to do about cancer and how to treat yourself so that you are able to be aware of it at early stages so that you have higher chances of surviving. Thank you.
You're welcome. My viewers, this is a very big foundation. It's called Kencras Foundation, and as I told you, we are not alone in the studio. We are connected in America at Oregon, and now I'm going to give you that chance. My next visitor, can you greet us and tell us your names?
Oh, hi. Hi, Ezra TV. My name is Victor or Peter Murage Kere. I'm in Salem, Oregon, and I'm the one who started the Kencras Foundation. And is a discussion we're going to have tonight about how it was started and the aims and the goals of the Kencras Foundation. And thank you very much for hosting us and for hosting Kencras to talk about this issue, because it's a big issue, and every family can relate to someone who has had cancer or who have passed on through cancer. So it's a big discussion, and we want us to talk about it so that people can get some awareness of how they can be seen at the hospitals at an earlier stage than what people currently are doing, because most people go for checkups when they are fourth or that stage of cancer. And if we can be able to help people to go earlier than that, we can save a lot of lives. So thank you very much.
Okay. Maybe some people don't know what is cancer. Can you tell us what is cancer and what is cancer awareness? We start from there.
So, cancer is just given a general definition: abnormal growth of cells. The triggers are not very well known, but there are those ones that they can highlight that can promote that high rate at which the cells are multiplying. That abnormal multiplication of cells is what now requires to be detected at early stages so that they do not spread. You have heard of cases that in the early stages, some of the cases were actually reversed, but at later stages, the cells have massively developed. It's difficult to eliminate all of them. Yes.
And what is the awareness?
So the awareness is this person who is not having any symptom or sign of cancer.
Okay.
You have to keep on general medical checkup so that at any small trigger or sensation or even just sensing something abnormal is happening, you are able to detect the cancer cells, and then they are eliminated at a very early stage. And if they are not there, then you are able to maintain at a healthy status throughout for longevity of life.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Back to you, Mr. Victor. What is Kencras Foundation? What is that?
Kencras Foundation was founded as I, I can call it a backup or intervention for what the government is doing, what the hospitals are doing. Kencras means Kenya Cancer, and we are trying to also try to help people with diseases, but mainly is Kenya Cancer and awareness and screening for screening. That's Kencras. So Kencras was founded to help create awareness. It has talked a little bit about awareness, and I'll add a little bit on top of that. Uh, you realize most people may have the money and may be aware about this cancer, but they don't know at what point they need to go and get checkup. So awareness we are creating here in we want to bring to the population, to the people on the either in the villages, in the cities. It doesn't matter, because you may find somebody who has a PhD but does not realize when he should go for yearly checkups. So awareness we want to create here is to let people know the importance of going for checkups, even if you feel you're healthy, even if you don't have any headache, you don't have any problem, you go for yearly checkups. So that awareness is lacking, and most people does not realize when they should go for checkups. It doesn't matter. Like here in US, we go for yearly checkups from any age, from 0 to 80 years or 90, or any age. The reason why you go for checkup is because when there's something coming up, they're gonna detect that quite early, and that's what we want to bring to people. They know that, because it's very hard for people to understand, why should I go to the hospital for checkup and not have any problem. So we want to keep on pumping this information to people, that awareness is so important, because even when you're feeling healthy, there could be something going on in your body that you don't even know. So we want to create that awareness that people can go to check for checkups. And when you're going for checkups, you realize that there's something that maybe that was happening in your body. Like, another reason we are talking about because you may have realized that your kidneys are not performing well, and you're not aware about it. But when you go to checkup, even when you're healthy, they notice that your kidneys or your liver or your any other part of the body is not performing well. And this happens only when you make this step of going for checkup. So that's why we want to make sure we let people know time and time again that going for ear checkups, even when you're healthy, is very, very important. So that's what we are doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I come back to you once again. Like last month, I had a friend who had cancer, but she didn't know that she had cancer. By the time she traveled to India, she was told that she has cancer stage 4. Now, according to your foundation, what is your mission? What is your vision about it? What are
Uh,
you planning to do?
the mission is to, as I said, and that's what we are doing. The mission is to make sure that people, like this person who did not know that she had cancer, and if you look at the data in Kenya, 90% of people diagnose the cancer in that stage or fourth stage. That's not, and the fact is, it's not about the money. They can go for check. So these people, when they are going for when they get to the hospital at fourth stage, is because they were not aware that they had this cancer. The only way to solve that is to be able to go to checkup yearly. And then once you go for your checkups, like let's say, I can give an example. let's say if you look at the statistics, breast cancer is the highest incidence of cases that we have in Kenya. If you go for checkups, they do something called mammogram or even simple breast examination. You cannot know that until you go to a nurse or a doctor. They tell you do self-check. If you feel something, go for mammogram. If you are not aware about that, it's to keep on growing in your body without you knowing until it's that of fourth stage. By the time you realize, oh, my breast has a problem, it's too much, it's fourth stage. The same thing with prostate cancer, which are the highest in Kenya. You develop prostate cancer without knowing. It is not harmless, it's painless, you don't feel any pain. It will go first stage, second stage, that's it. But if you go for, there's a checkup we call a PSA. If you go for a PSA checkup, and that's a blood work, you just do a blood check, it will isolate that cell that is growing in you because there are levels. PSA, the lowest level, the levels that they can tell you this level is so high, there could be cancer. You go for PET scan. So if you go for a simple blood check, they'll tell you that this level is growing, is going up than normal. Can you go for further checkups? So that's the only way. If this person who was in fourth stage, who had painless cancer, will have avoided going to India and get checked in Kenya and get treated in Kenya without going through all those expenses of going to India. And even remember, when you're fourth stage, chance of you surviving is also so limited. Unlike when it's a stage one, when you can be able to get checked and get treated before it is so advanced, and your survival rate is higher. And you can, as you can see, we have 5 pillars in cancer. The first one is screening and detection, early detection. If you screen early, you get early detected. There you are. You get it at first stage, second stage. That person can survive the rest of his life. The next one is diagnosis, which is now after that's the next process. The next one is treatment and palliative care. The fourth one is survivorship. Survivorship is when you get this cancer at stage 1 and stage 2. You can survive even like breast cancer. You can even live with it if it's stage 1, stage 2. Get chemo, it clears almost 30%. So that's where we are bridging that gap now to let people know and help with diagnostics so that people can be able to get diagnosed early. So we avoid this idea of getting fourth stage and that person, even after fourth stage, you're not surviving. You're going to spend money, you're not surviving. And by first, second stage, you'll be able to live, you get diagnosed early, you get detected, and then you can even survive on even under 40, 50 years. That's what our goal is.
Much. I'm coming back to you. Back to you, my lady. You came up together with Ken with this Kencras Foundation. Now you're here in Kenya. What are your goals?
So here in Kenya, we actually going to have the glad launching, but in the preliminaries or what we are doing as per now, what we have is like you when you are talking to you, I'll make you aware that it's important to go for your general medical checkup frequently, as frequent as every 6 months. And this goes for most of the ladies. When you are pregnant, you go for the clinics. And it's like when you are pregnant, you are very much aware how to attend your clinic. But after that, you find that people don't follow up on how they are going to do their medical checkup and how frequent. So right now, there's a lot of emphasis. After 40 years, it's always good every 6 months go for a general medical checkup where some of these things are checked and you are given a report by the doctor of the normal maintenance, and you continue maintaining that. And that will make you be able to detect any slight change that will happen at its earliest stages, because the doctor, after following up what has been happening to you, in case of something, they can tell. And some of the things that they check on is something you can do to yourself, like the breast, the way they go checking your breast. It's something they would encourage you even to do it on your own. Those with their spouses. The spouses will also learn how to check their ladies on their on any changes on their breast, and as a result, at the earliest stage, you can tell something has changed from what the doctors or myself have been checking on. That's on the breast cancer, but the others you require the medical support, and that's why we are insisting every 6 months go for your general medical checkup, so that any slight change you'll always be able to be let aware what to do next. Yes.
Okay. Now, you as Edith, what motivated you to this foundation?
I have friends who has been affected, and the way we were caught up, I remember the case of our own Wangari Maathai, Professor Wangari Maathai, and the way that it was within a very short time, and we lost her. And I remember she was this endowed woman that she could access any medical. She had the capacity of medical insurance and to go for any consultations. But by the time they are coming to the realization of to what stage she was, it was not possible to preserve her or to have her stay with us for long. And as a result of that, I was like, so this thing doesn't know the amount of money. The cancer doesn't know your name. It doesn't know to what extent medical cover you can have. But when it strikes, and it is not at that particular early stages, you are coming to realize it at a late stage. It's like you are not able to manage it, and you will not stay with you for long. And so this now motivated me, like, am I doing it right? What makes me not do it right? And as a result of that, now I went forth and with my doctor, and I'm inquiring after how long should I come and check this, and I'm given instructions. And out of that, I was like, hey, this is like frequent, and I'm not yet sick. And I inquired, so why is it that frequent? Because this early detection is going to help us. So when I found Mr. Kere is having this foundation, I was like, this is what I've been looking for, and I want to be part of this. And that's what made me to partner with him, so that as I bring awareness to my friends, he is doing it in a broader way. He has come up with a big picture of the same, and I'm like, I want to be part of that and bring this awareness to more people. Yes.
Okay. Wow. Mr. Victor, can you hear me? Mr. Victor? Mr. Victor, can you hear me? Okay. Mr. Victor, can you hear me? Back to you, Mr. Victor. Back to you. Can you hear me? Okay, I continue with you. Now, when you are going around in the community, which message are you giving people? Which message are you giving to people?
That even when you are feeling you're healthy, it's important to go and confirm it with a specialist in that area.
Okay.
So that you are doing it right, and when it comes even to the things that you are exposing yourself to, you become sensitive. You become sensitive that what I'm feeding on is not going to bring problems to me in the near future. And I think some of them, even after being announced, people still insist. Like when we say that there is a trigger when you are a smoker, it can be a trigger of lung cancer, and you find people are still comfortable doing it. And of course, there is the medical guidance concerning it. And so it is like your health is left to you. You are the one who is going to be in charge. And whatever you choose to, there the consequences are waiting for you ahead. You do the right checkup at the right time, you get the longevity of life. You do it when it is too late, and there awaits you a very short-lived season of your life.
Okay. Wow. Back to you, Mr. Victor. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
We were talking
about Kencras Foundation, and you said you are the founder.
Yes.
Who is funding the foundation?
That's a bit the funny part of it because I'm doing it on my own. I have a passion for helping people, and I decided because this is my baby, I'm not gonna leave it. I have to make sure that it works. Right now, I realize that it's not easy to raise funds if something is not up and running. So I decided to just use my own money because the passion for what motivated me to start it is because I lost my dad through cancer, and I decided how can I help because my dad was diagnosed as stage 4 lung cancer, and I decided he died in 2009, and between 2009 and 2019 all that was it's keep on recurring in my mind. What can I do to help someone else, or not someone not lose a parent or a loved one? So I didn't mind how much I'm gonna spend until this thing is up and running. So I'm actually doing it on my own until we are able to get funders. Yeah.
Okay. So you are also looking for somebody to support you, the partners?
Yes, when you're starting is a challenge because until people right now I have a very good supportive team, and we are doing a lot of groundwork, but financing, I don't want to burden people. I want to make sure that I look for the resources for my on my own. When when I ask for people to support, then they will not feel overburdened. Because I can afford it, I said let me use my own resources. I do whatever I can to make sure that it's up and running. But I'll need people. That's why we have a launching date on August 9th. That's when and I've approached other organizations, but they cannot. Like I talked to USAID, I've talked to UNICEF, and tell them what we have, what our aim is, and they told me that we can't give any support until we see what they're doing on the ground. Now I realize that when I call people, can you give me 5,000? We do this. Can you do this? Is a bit more skeptical because Kenya has a history, so not many people are willing to give anything because they don't know what really. Because if you think about it, this foundation looks like a very heavy lift because it is. Because reaching people and pumping them in the information on how to do checkups and even supporting them with diagnostic financing, it looks like a huge problem, which it is. I'm not minimizing it, but when you start crawling, you start then you start walking. You start with a single step. You you don't realize that at some point you'll be running. So you may become a marathon runner at some point, but you start with the crawling, stepping, one step, two steps. So those initial stages, those are very, very important. That's where we are right now. But when it comes to financing, I realize that asking people for money might be difficult. Let me just do whatever I can with my own resources. When I need people, that's when we now we start asking for people for some support, which now we're heading to that stage now. At the moment, we are almost there. That's where we're heading to.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have seen so many foundations here in Kenya, and I can see this one is a very huge foundation on your shoulder. And we have heard a lot about corruption. What are you planning to do about it?
Yes, that's a huge problem. Actually, when I talked to you, they told me they initially they support charities, set up organization in Kenya, but they realized that when they give some you believe people form an organization, they get resources from people you fold it and share the money and disappear. So that's something that if you think about what you're doing right now, that's where even Edith can confess to this. We have a group, a very big group. When I started it, I made it a community project. It's not owned by me. I'm starting it, yes, I'm funding it for the initial stage, but it's a community project so that it has checks and balances, and it can be like, let's say, if you open an account right now, it don't have one signature, it have about 4 or 5. So no check will come out of that account without the committee authorizing it because it's community owned. I want to make it community owned. I don't want to like have any control that is only me who can authorize any resources to go. If because I'm thinking at some point we'll have funding from organizations and funding from other big funders, and we don't we the way we check the corruption is by making sure that anything that is being used from the foundation goes to the right people, and we also be screening people who, because look, we don't promise people who has the money who live in Kencras or wherever Ravington that will be helping them with cancer because they can afford it. You want to target the people who are on the lower end of the people who cannot afford things. Those are the ones we want to focus on. And then the other thing is that we will have a screening a structure where we are able to know this person cannot afford to go for blood work. He or she cannot afford 1,000 shillings to go for blood work, or if it's mammogram, maybe 10,000. Then that's where now the foundation comes in. But we have a screening process to make sure this person can now actually afford it. Let's go to the village. If you go to the village, it's not be rocket science. No, this village, this neighbor can afford 10,000. So those are, and remember, most of the cancer cases are normally in the villages because of the. I have the statistics that I was checking on the research. You realize that Central Province has the highest cases, and those cases are in the villages because of farming. So I don't have any research to know what is causing it, but I can guess it could be because of the farming chemicals and the fertilizers. So that means the villages, people who cannot afford to go for checkup, they are mainly like there's a village in Meru. Every homestead has somebody with cancer, and you can relate that to maybe farming. So, and those people, you can easily tell they cannot afford to go for all those checkups. So those are the people we target mainly because they don't have the money, they don't have the resources to do it, and we can be able now to come in and help them to go for all those checkups. Have that. I don't know whether I've answered your question. So the corruption aspect is we'll be doing screening, and the structure we're gonna set up will be so clear that we'll be knowing the person we are helping is the right person, and also money is not being wasted by the officials, by making sure the bank account that is being run is not has more than one signatory. It's not just one person who can decide. Let me go get this money. So those are the checks and balances we want. I want to make sure that we implement to avoid corruption. And then audits. We can do quarterly audits to make sure that in case something has happened, we catch it early before it has gone too far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
I'm getting back to you.
My
Back to you, my
lady.
lady.
You spoke about healthy foods. What can we do? Which type of food can we eat? Because sometimes you can see maybe some people, they are dry on their ribs, and maybe they can go and apply some oil, but they were supposed to eat healthy food instead of waiting for them to dry their ribs. So what can we do? What can we do?
I think one of the things that we identify is as the nature of human is to go for the solution, the closest and the easiest solution for a thing and forget to look for the cause problem. This problem was caused by what? And so when we forget to do that, we end up just treating the symptoms. When you treat the symptoms, then it will keep on recurring. And as you have mentioned about the drying of their lips, if I tell you that if when you find yourself in that problem, you'll go look for a very expensive lip balm, smelling nice. Of course, it'll have some list there telling you that it's going to solve the problem. But before you had started that, the problem was in your body, and the body has a language to speak to you. When you are getting those dry lips, when you are getting those cracked lips, is your body talking to you, telling you, I'm lacking something? So equivalent to you going buying the lip balm, the most expensive lip balm, the nice smelling, and you look quite classy as you apply the lip balm. If you just buy the tomato of 5 shillings that is known to repair the body cells, it's going to help you recover, and it's going to, some of it will actually, it's going to work on the skin cell, and if you eat the tomato itself, it can actually do that repair even before the lips crack. But now, when you use the tomato, it might not look classy as when you're applying the lip balm. And it's interesting how humans try to recover. And when with the so-called classy life now, when you're looking at that classy life and the natural way of solving the same, the classy one, there is a way to put you in a particular class in a society, and the other one just, you know, but today people are trying to rise up and actually now go for the natural solutions and even inquire more. There are quite a number of now qualified naturalists in the public, and they have the certificate. They have been certified and allowed to do that. And so it is upon us now to know that let's go for the what caused this, other than just giving a solution just on the face value. I'm losing it. So just giving a temporary solution other than going for the solving it naturally. Yeah.
So we should take healthy foods.
Healthy food, very
Are we not
important.
taking healthy food?
You might be taking it if you consult with the nutritionist. Actually, they'll actually tell you. Some of them will tell you you might be taking the healthy food, but in a wrong way. Like they always say, if you go for the most expensive, some of the places, you take your food and then you take your fruit. You go to a nutritionist and she'll tell you take your fruit first and then take the food. So you have to really know who is your advisor here. So if you go to the nutritionist, actually the government hospitals, they have those nutritionists and the specialists who are advising you on how to feed and what to put where at what particular time. So if we go finding this information, it is out there, it is available. It is us who needs now to go and get the right information from the right people and apply it without ignoring. And when we see the symptom, let's inquire more so that what could be causing this? What could be causing this? Other than what is the solution to this for now, because I have the problem. Yes.
Thank you so much. My viewers are listening, and I know many people are asking, where are you based?
Okay, so right now, currently, before we have the grad launching, we have an office actually at Nakuru. I just want to refer to that.
Okay.
We have an office with where you can find an office that is running just the preliminaries of what is going to happen. This is at St. Cecilia Community Learning Center in Dodori, Wakiogo. Those people who know that place. And it is in Malagini sub-county and Nyandarua county, where we have Father Onesimus Kamau. Is the director in charge of the church. Yes.
So right now you're based in Nakuru.
Yes.
If anybody wants to visit you, you have a camp there?
We are okay. Not as per now, because we are right now. What we are doing is the preliminaries. We don't have that tangible thing that when you go here on Monday, this is what you find. Then you go there on Tuesday. But Father Onesimus is hosting us for now, and actually he's part of what we are doing. And very soon we are going to have a medical camp there, and people will come to get more aware of the office and what happens, what is happening there. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Back to you, Mr. Victor. About your foundation, how old is your foundation? And till now,
what are your objectives? What have you achieved till now?
This foundation was started by myself in 2019 here in US. We got registered, but as I said before, nobody will fund you or will give you their money if you don't show them what you're doing on the ground, which is in Kenya. So I realized that I did it vice versa. I could have started with Kenya, then I come to register here. So now I start the journey of registering in Kenya. To register when you're away is a huge task. So I gave the first initial task of registering to a lawyer, and this guy disappeared with 300,000 that I sent him, and he changed offices, and he's a corrupt guy. You know, Kenya is no joke. He went with the money, and some of that money, members who we started with had contributed 5,000 each. So not just my money. It was a contribution that was about 10 of us had contributed. 10 people had given me 4,000, so that was 50K. And then the rest of the money had given, but the person we gave the money did not register and disappeared. So that was 2020 after COVID. So then I raised more money. Then we got another lawyer who did a very good job. So we can say in Kenya is about less than a year. But in actual fact, it was registered in 2019 here in the US. But then after registering, there was a COVID, and then everything was shut off. So we can say we actually about a year old. So the objectives is huge, because we until I see, even if I normally tell people, even if we have 10 people in Kenya who didn't know, who don't have the knowledge, didn't know what to do about, or even going for checkups, and then we help these people, they get checked up, and then if anybody is found to have cancer, then our foundation is able to help them. That would be a huge achievement. So that's our goal, that's our objective, so that our objective is to help as many people, and mainly to help people to get diagnosed early. Not even helping people to get early detection, so that we can save more lives. Our main aim is to save lives, and that's our goal. And we can only achieve that by early detection, because that's the key. Because there's no need of even if you get people at fourth stage, that would be unfortunate. But our goal is to get these people who have the cancer at very, very early stage, and we save a lot of lives if you can, if you can manage to that. But mainly is to educate people, know the importance of going for early detection, and save lives. So that's the objective.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Somebody here is asking, her name is Rusi. She's asking, I lost my grandma through cancer. It's painful. I wish we had knew about this screening area. So I want you to explain something in Swahili so that they can understand it more. You said you are targeting people who are very low. Maybe they're in the village, in the community. We're not targeting people who are very high. Explain to them in Swahili exactly what you want to do with them, the people who are in the village.
Sasa unajua wale watu wako kwa village, kuna watu wako na pesa na mainly is okay. Let's go back a little bit. Tuanzie na awareness. Awareness ni kama kusema mtu wako ni mkulima na hajui, anasikia mambo ya cancer lakini hajui what the heck is that, or rather how it starts, or where, or how can I get it? And as long as unasikia wewe si mgonjwa, unaona why should I bother? Mimi si mgonjwa, hakuna cha kwenda kufanya check up. Sasa we want to make sure that huyo mtu kwa village, tunaenda through churches, through organization, through anything, anywhere that we can, tuongee na yeye akubali kwenda kwa health center. Maybe health center may not be equipped, but if you look at the county government right now, Bireziko, because I've talked to a couple of them, they are equipping most of their hospitals, they are being equipped with cancer equipment, like mammogram machines, all those ultrasounds. The only thing they don't have is PET scan. But if you have PET scan in Nairobi, like I think in Kenya, KU and Aga Khan, which never used to be there before. People used to go to India. Now you don't have to go to India for PET scan. So unajua what we are doing in hospitals, ukienda utibiwa usikie kuna kakitu kwa breast, hika kitu ni kama ni hujui ni nini. So naye mwenye health expert nakwambia it looks like kama ni cancer ya breast, hata yeye hajui kama ni. So nakwambia go for biopsy, go for checkup, all those things are done. Ikipatikana una suspicion inaweza kuwa ni cancer, unatuma for PET scan. So huyo mtu kwa village ile kitu atafaidika naye na foundation ni kumwelezea importance, ndio aelewe kwenda every year ama every 6 months naenda kwa hospitali na afanyiwa check up, anaambiwa huna kitu, unarudi nyumbani. Kama hana pesa, hapo ndio tunaingilia, tunamsaidia. Mwenye ako na hiyo 600 ama 1000 anajilipia. So kama ni tukifika Nairobi, mtu mwenye ako Nairobi na ako na pesa, maybe hana information, we need to pump this information to people, because most people wako na pesa lakini hawajui why they should go for checkups. Importance ya kufanya checkup, hiyo ndio kitu tunataka kupump, tuelezee watu time and time again, ndio wakubali kwenda kufanyiwa checkups. So wakikubali, wale wana afford wanajifanyia, sababu we cannot afford to do everybody in Kenya because we don't even have the funding in the first place. Lakini at the point where tutapata kusaidiwa na funders, donations, we will be able to do from tuanze watu kidogo tuende hivyo as long as we get the funding. So importance ya kuongea na hao watu ndio kubali kwenda, hiyo ndio itasaidia watu. So kutoka village hiyo, which is mostly iko na watu wengi wako na cancer, hapo ndio tutaanzia. That's the reason why we are based in Dodori, where we have a very good Father Onesmus is a huge fan and a great supporter of this project. Ametupatia ofisi hapo kwa St. Cecilia Christian Center. So we have a big office there, and we are starting our first medical camp, checking those. And this camp is mainly to do all those cancer checkups. There's a hospital in Yauru that's coming to do all those things. So villages is where we have most cases, and that's where we're starting with. That's why I have an office in Nairobi, but if once we grow, we'll have a huge office in probably in every city. But at the moment, we want to start in a village where we can afford to start, where we have the main most of the kids are based in the villages. Na hapo ndio hakuna information. You know, this knowledge you are giving people, ya kumwambia ukienda kufanyiwa blood work unaweza kupatikana uko na hii. Hiyo knowledge is not in the village. Mostly in cities watu wako naye, lakini village hakuna. So that's why we want to go start with the village as we come up to the cities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another person here is asking. Also, I would like you to explain in Swahili. Somebody is asking here. With your foundation, are you doing the same as NHIF? the way they do things? Are you doing as the same?
No, because if you think as what I said before is we are bridging the gap. So let me explain that. Ukiangalia vile county government, because I've talked to Laikipia county government, I've talked to Nyandarua county government, we have talked to Nakuru. What they are doing there, wanajenga mahospitali za cancer. Even Orkarao, they have a big center for cancer. So now what they're not doing, and that means they're ready to start treating people kutibu watu wenye wako na cancer, si ndio? So that's what it means, because they're building these cancer centers and equip them. But what they're getting in what wako na stage 3, stage 4 cancer. So now us, we are coming in to bridge that gap. Mtu mwenye kabla hujafika hiyo stage 4, we help the county government to lessen the burden for because cancer is very expensive. Kama tukiambia watu weenda check up, ufanye blood work, is only 1,000 Kenya shillings. Ukishamaliza, ukipatikana uko na stage 1, the county government will have a hospital na huu mtu amekuja stage 1 ama stage 2 is cheaper. So now our NHIF and us are different, because NHIF, ukipatikana uko stage 4, I had a mother-in-law who died of cancer. So wanakupatia let's say 50,000. Na cancer chemo is 150. So the family is left 2 days and 100. So ours is not that aspect kama ya NHIF. Yetu ni ya kusaidia watu kupata information, which is awareness, na kusaidia kama hana pesa ya kwenda kufanyiwa diagnosis ama detection, tunasaidia hiyo pesa ya kwenda kufanyiwa check up. In case we get enough funding from, let's say, from big organizations, we be able to help like NHIF kupatia pesa ya kwenda kufanyiwa chemo. At the moment we cannot confirm or even promise anyone to kama NHIF, because hata NHIF unaona imeshindwa hata kusaidia watu cancer, but we cannot promise anybody, but what I can say is kama tumesaidiwa na organizations kutupatia resources, we can help people who are poor to pay for some of those bills, not everything, but at least some of it. So we cannot say we are like NHIF, but our focus is to bridge the gap between the government and the communities, to be able to lessen the stage at which people get diagnosed with cancer. And then after that, if they don't have the money, tunawasaidia kidogo. Lakini unajua NHIF, their mandate is an insurance. They're mandate to give people money who are contributing. Nobody contribute to us. We just trying to raise money through donations. And whatever we raise is what we're gonna. If we raise more, we help people more. Tukiraise kidogo, hatuwezi saidia watu sana. Like that's why we have a difference. Tuko tofauti na NHIF. Lakini the goal is to help. Probably the same funding. If we can get more money, tunaweza kusaidia kama even more than NHIF is doing. So it all depends on how much we get.
Okay. So much, Mr. Victor. Back to you, my lady.
Then what are you doing? Which means are you using to reach people who are in the community?
For now, it's just that interactive moment with people. I'm able to rise up and tell them this is necessary. My lady friends, I'll actually tell you when I'm going for my medical checkup. I have an appointment with the doctor that will allow me to ask me, are you sick? No, I'm not sick. I'm going for my general medical checkup. I remember the first time I would show up to my doctor, and they would ask me, you are sick again? No, I'm not sick. I'll not wait to get sick. I'll go for my medical checkup before I'm sick. Because when it comes to the body language, the body will speak to you in different ways. When you are thirsty, you will actually feel thirsty. When you are hungry, you'll actually feel you are hungry. And you can interpret that. But other body language, you will not understand until you get what we call signs and symptoms. And so when Kencras is coming, it's telling you don't wait for the signs and the symptoms. Go for the checkup before, because when you have the signs and the symptoms, we are already deep in something, and we need now a process to come out, and it's the one the director is explaining there, that it's not easy now to come out of what has given you sign and the symptoms, and that general medical checkup is as important as, I know people have a lot of emphasis when it comes to dental checkup. You know, mtoto akimea meno, after that you have to do regular dental checkup. Hata kama utampelekea daktari, wewe mwenyewe utakaa ukiangalia meno.
Exactly.
Unajua ikianza kutingika unafaa kuing'oa. Akikataa unampeleka hospitali inang'olewa. But now what about the general body checkup? People forget. It's as important as that. You don't want to lose that tooth because you know how expensive it is to get another one, or get to maintain it when it is already destroyed. And so you prevent your tooth getting going bad, or dental caries or whatever. But now our body, before it starts speaking to you, can you take care of it by that general body checkup with a specialist, with your doctor? And that will keep on confirming you are eating right, you are doing things right. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Victor. Parting shot. You are in our studios at Oregon. Connected with us here in Kenya.
You came with your foundation here. Exactly. Which message did you come to give us? Put everything together. Your parting shot.
I'll talk more about the objectives of the cancer of the Kencras Foundation, because that's the core of our foundation, and that's what I want people to understand and to know, that this is what we want to achieve, so that we can join hands and maybe get more people to join hands with us. We are about 25. And I started alone, so that's why I think we are getting some, because right now we have a group of 25 people who are the committees. So I want to give people the objectives of our foundation. This is my way of telling people, or rather communicating with people, that we have a big vision for this, for Kenya, because I'm sure if you look at the statistics, Central has the biggest incidence and mortality rates of cancer, but that does not mean other areas doesn't have. So I'll talk about the objectives, so that people can start dating with us and start thinking of how they can support. So the first objective is research, fund, and support research into various types of cancers, so that mainly that might be a list. The other one is awareness and education. In the media, either through churches, YouTube, TikTok, awareness about cancer prevention, and maybe prevention, as you're talking about the diet. That's one of the throat cancer. You can prevent throat cancer by, because if you go deeper in the research, you know what mainly causes throat cancer. The same with cervical. Cervical cancer is the way for ladies. There's a way you can avoid cervical cancer, because that's normally, if you go deeper into the research, you know how they get it. Not everybody, most people. So there's a way we are talking about prevention, because if you talk about about prevention, although most cases are not, we don't fall into that category. And then early detection is when you go for checkups. That's when that's one of the objectives, early detection and treatment, because when you have early detection, even treatment will be different, because at late stage you might end up doing chemo. Early stage, maybe just a simple surgery, and then you are all set. So treatment comes in as one of our objectives. And then hosting workshops and learning public awareness campaigns through so many various ways. We are still planning on that, but those are some of our objectives. That objective is support services like counseling, support groups, financial assistance programs, and resource and navigating the healthcare systems. So those ones, that's another objective. We have supporting people and counseling. So for those who have, because some people, you realize that somebody can tell right now that, oh, you have prostate cancer. That person within a week is gone. Well, they gave up in life because, oh, cancer is not survivable. Because of losing hope, people die. Some people die just like that. So we need to look, once somebody has been diagnosed with cancer, whether it's first, second, or that or fourth stage, they might need some counseling to tell them, no, this is not a death sentence. You can still survive by doing ABCD. So counseling is an integral part of our foundation, and we put that as one of the core areas that we'll be dealing with, so that when somebody is diagnosed today with cancer, you just tell them, oh, no, it's not a death sentence, but you can survive. You do ABCD. This is survivable. You can when you're not going to survive for another 50 years. Depending on the stage, it can be another 4-5 years. Other than when you hear about it, and then the next week you're gone. So counseling is an integral part of that. So the fourth one is financial assistance, counseling, financial assistance, and program resources for navigating in the health system. Because some people in the village, you tell them, go to this hospital, go get. Some people don't even know where. From that, what do I do? We need some healthcare people to educate people. Once you get this diagnosis, what next? So we need to educate people on that. Our lab, even if it's not us as a foundation, we can coordinate with the healthcare system, like the nurses, the doctors in the hospitals. Like now, we are partnering with the hospital in Yauru to start this first medical camp. So that is very important, because we may not do everything, but we can partner with the healthcare system. The fourth one is community outreach, and build and strengthen the communities and support the affected people, like, let's say, the families, and through organizations and events. So we want to make sure that all these things we can achieve them if we partner with the communities and the hospitals and the county governments. So eventually my goal is to have a very big project where it's not us alone, it's us, the whole community. Not just one person, not 2 people, not 10 people, but the community. And what I realized is that after talking to people, even in the county government, they are very responsive. They're very passionate about this thing because it's affecting our communities in a big way. So we want to partner with those people, and we be able to do this heavy lift of cancer, because it may not be able to be achieved in 1 or 2 months, but if people partner and help us to achieve these goals, it is not us, it's the community, and that's what we want to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
As we are winding up, kindly can you tell us, if I want to become your partner, who will I reach, and which numbers are we supposed to use?
We have a website.
You
Yeah,
tell people in America, and also you tell people here in Kenya.
We have our foundation is www.kencrasfoundation.org, and when you log in, you get all the links, the phone numbers. But yeah, you get the phone numbers of you can call, and we're gonna update. We keep on now. Initially, we started as 10 people, 14 people actually. 7 dropped out, then 2 more dropped. But now, after some time, now we couldn't put all those numbers in the website, but now we have a core group. We're gonna update again, like this week. Tell people this is where you can get a fight. You can even to send some money. This is the account number. Call. Father Lesman is our chairman. He's the one who is coordinating everything in Kenya, and we are partnering. Everybody who is in that group is very, very important, because we are all playing different roles. We have nurses, we have everybody in that group. So the phone will have maybe 2 or 3 That's where you can call and get all the information once we set up, once we update the website. Is even if you check tomorrow, you can get over there. You can set the on this so that people draw and information. Kencras.org.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Victor.
Thank you.
Okay, I get back to you.
You're the one on the ground, eh? So you have all the numbers that you can reach you?
Yes.
Also here in Kenya, do you have an M-Pesa?
Okay. It's
Which
everything
way are you
is-
using?
We are using the same website as
Okay.
he says, and all the links and the details. We are using the ones for the foundation.
Okay.
Like if I reach out, today's interview, I am reaching out to my people and my friends using that link to give them more details about Kencras. But anything to do with the institution, we just use the website, and it has all the details and opportunity for you to come in.
Okay.
In your strength. Yes,
So it's open.
it's open.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Do you have anything else to say, Victor?
I would like to ask people to support our foundation because it's not my foundation. I am the one who started, but it's a community project. And our goal is to help as many people as we can. And I'm sure we will get there. We just need support from everyone who can be able to do it, because you never know. It could be your auntie, it could be your sister, it could be anybody. Even today, you never know who tomorrow will be diagnosed. And we don't pray for that. But we know it's going to happen to any, because it's, like now we speak, the many people I've talked to, they can relate with someone, either a neighbor, friend, a relative who has been diagnosed with cancer. So it's so widespread, especially in Central Province. So we need a lot of support so we can start preaching this gospel of awareness, of checkups, of early detection. That people, because unless you say it 10 times, 20 times, people will not take it seriously. But once they start saying, okay, so and so went for checkup, and he was diagnosed with cancer stage 1, and he's surviving well, that would be the best way to start doing it. By letting people know, it's very important, and it saves life by having early detection, early diagnosis. It saves life. So people, once people start getting the logic, wataanza kukubali kwenda kufanya checkup, because watu wengi sana watakubali kwenda, and sababu wanajisikia mimi sina shida, sina headache, sina siumi na mahali, niende hospitali kwa nini? So lakini wajue sababu ya kwenda si sababu naumwa na mahali, is because unataka kujua kama mwili wako uko healthy. Like for example here, we go every year, hata kama hauna shida. So that's the same logic we want to bring to people, na wakubali kwenda kufanyiwa checkup. Kama akishindwa, kama hana resources, now our foundation will help out with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Do you
much.
have anything else to add?
Well, let people not just look at the hospital as a place you go when you have problems. You can also go there when you don't have an issue and be able to come out even more healthier and more advice. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Victor. Pamoja na mkubwa wetu wa CEO Reverend Naomi. Thank you for connecting with us na kutuelimisha zaidi kuhusu hiki kipindi cha cancer awareness. Thank you so much. Na pia mtazamaji wangu, tumeshukuru sana kwa vile umekuwa pamoja nasi. Tulikuwa tunazungumza kuhusu ugonjwa wa saratani, na ni ugonjwa ambaye umekuwa ukiweza kufinyiria watu wengi sana, na tumefunzwa mengi, na tukaambiwa ya kwamba usikimbilie tu ukakuwa mgonjwa, kimbia kwanza ukaweza uangalie afya yako kabla huo ugonjwa uzidi. Kwa hivyo tumeambiwa kila mwaka vile ambavyo wanafanya pia kule Marekani, uweze kukimbia, uangaliwe vile ulivyo, ndio hii ugonjwa isiweze kuzidi. Na tukaambiwa na mkubwa wa foundation hii, Sababu mkubwa ni kwa maana babake aliaga kwa sababu ya huu ugonjwa. Usigoje ugonjwa uweze kukuweka chini. Kwa hivyo tuweze kuangaliwa sana. Na akasema kwamba ako na foundation na anahitaji mkono wako. Kwa hivyo utaingia kwenye website yao Kencras Foundation na utaweza kukuta kila kitu pale, uweze kuwashikilia. Wewe ambao unaweza kutusikiza ukiwa kule Marekani, tunakuomba ya kwamba huyu ni mtu ambaye amebarikiwa na Mungu kukuja na idea hii, na wale partners ambao wako nao, tafadhali tuwatie nguvu, kwa maana wamekuja kusaidia katika society, na wametuambia kwamba hawendi kwa mtu ambaye ako juu sana, wanaenda kwa yule mtu wako chini sana, na hiyo ni jambo ambaye watu wengi hawalifanyi. Kwa hivyo huyu ambaye amezindua hii foundation, tumshike mkono, tuweze kumsaidia, tuweze kupigana na kansa kule kwenye community, tusaidie watu ambaye hawana uwezo. Kwa hivyo asanteni sana, nimefurahi kwa vile mmeweza kuwa pamoja nasi, na nimeona ya kwamba huku kuna watu ambaye wamecomment, na kuna comment ambayo imeandikwa vizuri hapa, na ni vizuri sana niweze kuisoma. Rusi anasema ya kwamba please know that your hard work and generosity do not go unnoticed. You are making a profound difference in the fight against cancer, and for that we are truly grateful. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Kwa hivyo Mungu awabariki sana, na hata aweze kuwatenda mema, na tumefurahi sana kwa sababu mmependa kipindi, mmependa foundation. Kwa hivyo tuweze kuishikilia, na ndiposa iweze kufikia mwananchi ambaye ako mdogo sana. Naitwa Pst.Grace Jenga. Tunawashukuru, asanteni.